So both Lyft and Uber have this thing called a filter, so that if you end up in Oakland but you're from San Jose, you can only drive, towards San Jose. Or if you're in if you end up in San Francisco and you're from Oakland, you can only drive back towards Oakland, so forth. So that's a good idea. The problem is they only give you 2 of them per day. So you have to be really calculating, and you don't want to use it too early in the day because you might end up stuck in Oakland, at 10 o'clock at night with no filter left, and you're going to be driving home for an hour with no chance of getting a ride to help pay for that time that you're driving. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that they only do the 2 filters, but they have their reasons, whatever. However, Lyft is kind of sketchy in that theirs will time out after half an hour, and they never, I actually talked to people at Lyft in person. Nobody ever mentioned that to me. Conveniently, they don't tell you about that, right? And so, the only reason I know that it times out after half an hour is that I've gone to online forums and I've read about it. So, okay, well now I know that, you have to be careful, and it only lasts half an hour. I have all those things in mind when today I ended up in San Francisco and I wanted to head back. And so I turned on the filter. From San Francisco, I was right in front of the Mason Center, I think it's called, Moscone Center. I was right in front of the convention center where there was a lot of people. When I turned on my filter saying, I want to go to San Jose, and I went from the convention center till Millbrae, the airport area, without picking up a single person. And then when I got to Millbrae, I stopped, I got something to drink, and I went to the bathroom and got some gasoline. So by the time I was done with that, even though Millbrae is only 15, 20 minutes away from San Francisco, the thing had timed out. And I was upset, annoyed, but I was okay, well, maybe there's not a lot of traffic between San Francisco and Millbrae. Maybe everyone is going into San Francisco. I turned on the filter again, I knew that I only had half an hour. It was kind of morning, so there was still commute. So there was still 40 minutes left of my trip home. So I waited until I was in San Mateo. I turned the filter on again, going from San Mateo all the way to Mountain View. 30 minutes again, not a single ride, not one. And then, fine. I mean, that's just how it went. I was annoyed and upset, but I was okay, well, let's see. I turned on the application saying that I'm willing to drive, and seriously, within minimum 10 minutes, I think it was really more like 5 minutes. Within a few minutes, it's giving me a ride telling me to go 20 minutes north. And I'm just really? So for an hour, you couldn't give me one ride going in my direction, but now that I've turned my filters off, you're trying to send me north of where I want to go? That seems so sketchy. And especially part of the thing too is that I went to what's called the Googleplex, which is Google has a ton of buildings all in the same area of Mountain View. There's a ton of people who work at Google that might have to go to the airport, might have to go home, might have car issues, whatever. I hung out there for 10 or 15 minutes waiting for a ride, and they're telling me they didn't get one single person going in my direction to towards San Jose. And all that time I sat there, but within 5 minutes of me turning it on once the filter timed out, then they had people. To me, it seems so super sketchy. It makes me distrust and dislike Lyft even more than I already have, which I have another video where I'm going to get into that. So, okay, that's my story for today.